Well, big story. When I was doing a match reaction of Man City versus the side of Chelsea, I saw many of you asking me questions about Merino to Arsenal, and I'm here to bring you the biggest update. I promised you that I have a big update, and it's coming in through from the main man, known as FABRIZIO Romano. While appearing on the Court Offside on the Here We Go podcast, he really dropped something huge concerning Merino to Arsenal deadline, and we can't obviously provide this to you. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as your faves are really concerned. And don't forget to obviously subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on the daily. Remember, we want to hit 30,000 subscribers, and it's you to take us there, right? For us, we cannot take ourselves there without you. It's you to take us to that 30,000 mark of subscribers into the mix. So we are going to be talking a little bit of Mateo Kovacic. He went ahead and obviously scored against his former team, that is Chelsea, at Stamford Bridge today. And then the manager of Man City has come out and obviously thrown a very huge update onto has gone ahead and obviously thrown a very huge update onto the Rokani situation, having gone ahead to play as a right back in the Community Shield, and today he was played as a right back. And remember, they improved his contract, and the boy is really a happy lad at the side of Manchester City. We thank God for the gift of life, and for the Muslims, we thank Allah for the gift of life. And let's start it off with FABRIZIO Romano. Oh, I had forgotten that we are powered by Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in phones, laptops. You know, those are brand new, and they're also dealers in used phones and used laptops imported all the way from the UK. So you can as well call them on +256 70 9988 665, and you can as well WhatsApp them on the same number, or follow them on TikTok, search for Mono Gadgets. And you'll thank me later that Rokani David, you obviously gave me the best deal of the day. Now, FABRIZIO Romano has come out and obviously said the following, that we are at the final meters and final details of the Merino to Arsenal deal, with my sources indicating that it could be something like 24 to 48 hours before we can say, here we go. It's really, really close. They are almost there, working on the final steps. There is already an agreement on the final fee, and the clubs have been working in the last 2 or 3 weeks on the payment terms, the deal structure, the add-ons, and they're now getting closer on the details of the deal. So that's what FABRIZIO Romano has come out and obviously told us, that it's happening in 24-28 hours. Merino, here we go to Arsenal in 24 to 48 hours. That's what FABRIZIO is really saying, that before we say here we go, it might take 24 hours to 48. And remember, this article was published 8 hours ago, meaning that out of the 40 hours, the 48 hours, now we are left with 40. You understand? So I tell you, this deal is going to happen, and this is the news that will excite every Arsenal fan wherever he is, because FABRIZIO Romano, Mr. Here We Go, is coaching to obviously tell you that Here We Go is not far off from being pronounced in here onto the channel known as the Rokani Media Football, because he's like, they are really gonna pronounce it very, very soon. And I think today or tomorrow something might happen. And for my case, I thought that something could happen all cook between I think something could happen all cook between Friday and Sunday, but it hasn't gone ahead obviously come to what we call materialization. And finally we are waiting to see how this is really going to be happening. But all in all, it is really important to note that this deal of Merino to Arsenal is taking 2 months, and I don't know why Arsenal has gone ahead obviously act this way. Is it that they only need these 2 players? I really understand, you know, the dynamics of the deal and so on and so forth, but the big question is, why are they taking too long to get this deal done and dusted? Is it a deliberate plan for Arsenal to take all this long to sign these players such that they only deliver 2 players at Arsenal, you know? And I'm waiting to see whether Arsenal will sign a 3rd or 4th player, because as it stands, things are really slow. Things are really very slow, and they need obviously coming through and not really dilly-dally. But I've always told you that Arsenal has always known that even the squad they are having can obviously win the league. So they're like, let's do 1 or 2, and maybe we'll make some huge reinforcements in the summer of 2025, because Thomas Partey, his contract is running down. You get in Mikel Merino, and Jorginho is also another player that is expected to leave the side of Arsenal. So those 2 players, if they are to leave, that means Arsenal will have to go all out and get in a CDM, and it might be Bruno Guimaraes. You understand? So maybe that's their calculation. And for the centre forward, I've always told you that it depends on Eddie Nketiah's departure. The earlier he leaves, the earlier Arsenal looks in for striker. But I'm still doubtful whether Arsenal will go in for striker, because even if Eddie Nketiah leaves, Arteta has shown us that Kai Havertz is his lead targets man. You understand? And that means Gabriel Jesus is going to be his understudy, meaning that they already have 2 pairs of centre forwards. And if Mikel Merino comes in through the midfield, that means he will obviously be that left-footed midfielder that Arteta is always going to hate to want, meaning that Kai Havertz is now a certified centre forward for the club of Arsenal, and for the striker to come in through at Arsenal, it's really going to be a shocker from me. If they sign one, I'll be shocked, by the way, even if Nketiah really leaves. I'll be bringing you the news as being reported, but according to me, I think they are running short of time. They are running short of time, because today is 18th, you know, and they're left with like 12 days to get this done and dusted, and I don't think that they'll obviously do a deal, because the deal they're supposed to be doing, we all know, can be easily done and dusted, right? Because it's a buyout clause. You trigger it, the player flies onto the medical, I understand, but can Arsenal really do that? That is the big question. But for Mikel Merino, the deadline has been set 24 to 48 hours. You know, it's happening in 48 hours from now. You get? And Fabrizio is like that. Here we go is going to be sounded around that time. So that is the big update we've gone ahead to get in from the side of Arsenal and Fabrizio Romano. Hope you guys are excited. The deal is finally coming to its completion, as it is said to be pronounced by the manager. Sorry, by the man himself known as Fabrizio Romano. So turn your notification bells on the YouTube channel and the Twitter account or X account of Rokani Media Football, because the news is breaking soon. So after that, Chelsea have been 2-0 losers to Man City today, and one of the players that really put the last nail into their coffin today was their former player known as Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic scored a very beautiful goal in the second half to make it 2-0 for the side of Man City. And after the game, he came out and told the press that I played today some kind of Rodri's role, but we are always missing Rodri. He's, if not the best player in the world, one of the best. We miss him, but when players are not there, there are others to come in and play their part. So he even played that role when they were playing Manchester United at the Emirates, at Wembley in the Community Shield. And even today, he has been part of that team that went ahead to put in that huge shift to obviously get everything running up and running into the mix. So the side of Man City went ahead to boss that midfield, and Kovacic spared some time to score. But obviously, you can't be the same when you're really not having Rodri. That is it. Rodri is the best CDM in the world, you know? And I believe no one comes next to him, you get? Because of what he has gone ahead to do and how he has gone ahead to really make that role look more easy and easy and easy to do. That is Rodri for you. And he puts in a very huge shift, and he's that kind of player that has always gone ahead, obviously not fail himself ever since he really came in through at the side of Man City. By the way, he's really going to have a better spell in the Premier League than that he had at Chelsea. Because when you look at the side of Man City, they're really a good side, and he expresses himself fully. Though he came in through in the boots, he came in through to fill the boots of Ika Gundogan. But all in all, it's not really gonna happen that way. And I believe that he's not Ika Gundogan, but he's a very good player. That's what I can tell you. And he's showing his qualities that he can obviously go into. And you know, playing under a manager like Pep Guardiola and hit the ground running is hard, because he has the way he really puts you in his structure. He's a structure coach, and there are spaces, you know, and areas on the pitch that he wants you to be at. You are not supposed to be playing what you know. You are supposed to be doing what he tells you. You know, if he tells you that I don't want you to do very many touches, don't do it. The moment you do the opposite, he takes you off the field of play. That is Pep Guardiola for you. Very commanding coach, and he's really that kind of manager that wants you to do exactly what he wants. The moment you don't do what he wants, he really takes you off the field of play. That's why the likes of Calvin Phillips failed, because they couldn't obviously dance to the tunes set by the manager. And Mateo Kovacic, I think, having signed for them in 2022, I think he signed for them in 2023, and this is his second season running at Man City. The first season never looked well for him, but this time around looks like he's really gonna settle in well and obviously put in the required shift. Now, Pep Guardiola has come out and really given Rico Lewis his flowers, and he said he saved the goal versus Chelsea because always he's in the right position. In the 1-against-1 defensive, he's unbelievable, arriving in the final third as a fullback in the inside channel. How many times in the pockets? He moves like a player. Few times I've seen in my life. He does everything good. 1-against-1 defensively, blocking shots in the first half from Nkunku. He's always ready. He moves inside and outside perfectly. Honestly, Rico Lewis is a top player, a top player. That's what we've gone ahead to get him through from the man himself, known as Pep Guardiola. And I believe in Rico Lewis. He's a very good player. The manager has tried him in very many different positions, and he has proven that he can obviously do his roles very well. That's why his contract was really improved and extended. When you look at him, he can play as a left back. He has been played as a right back. He has been played as a midfielder. He's been played as a right winger. Sometimes was played as a left winger, and it shows you how good this player is really becoming and how he's really gonna be into the coming year. So that is the man known as Pep Guardiola, giving Rico Lewis his flowers for obviously clearing the ball off the line and really saving goal against Chelsea. And this season looks like it's his season, and he's gonna be getting into the first team of Manchester City. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Merino to Arsenal deadline set. The deal is happening in 48 hours. That's what we've been told. Between 24 to 48 hours, the deal is really gonna be happening. Do you think here we go, is gonna be sounded in those hours? That is from FABRIZIO Romano. Then Mateo Kovacic saying they're missing Rodri, though they won, and they believe that Rodri has to come back. Your thoughts about that, and what do you make about Pep Guardiola coming out and obviously giving Rico Lewis his flowers? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. The Muslims, may Allah bless you abundantly. And for those that really want phones, laptops that are really brand new, or used phones from UK and laptops that are used from United Kingdom, call +256 70 99 88 665. Then later go onto their TikTok and really follow them up. After following them up, the rest will be history. You'll thank me later. Guys, this is the third video of the day. I might come with a live video because Kylian Mbappe has gonna obviously see his team of Real Madrid draw 1-1, and I might come back to obviously do a live and really discuss with you about that. Guys, I'm out. See you later. Bye bye. And those that are still awake, we are still cooking more content for you. Bye bye.